Greetings, welcome to another episode of 5 a Day. I'm your host, Dan Flavor, aka Top 5 Guy. Today's question is does dancehall music influence violence and crime in society? The short answer to that is dancehall music is a microcosm of the bigger picture. So, what I'm saying is there are various other elements and aspects that contribute that are greater than the minute influence that dancehall may have. But the issue is a lot of people want to use an answer to a different question to answer that question. So, is dancehall music influential? Yes, nobody not dispute that. But just because it's influential, you can't say it's the cause of violence and crime. You understand what I'm saying? Dancehall music and reggae music in general has both positive and negative influences, but it seems that only when something negative arises, there's all of a sudden this attribute that is being assigned to. So, for example, Youngster have a song about farming over flashing, investment over braffing, and all of the youth them down the country now is farming and investing. 10 years time, Youngster is not gonna get the credit for that. But if two youth dead down a country, them gonna find an artist to attribute that to. You understand what I say? If the education, if the passing rate or education rate increase, artists who sing about education is not gonna get the benefit for that. So why is it that the one and two artists who sing gun song, everything is assigned to the crime and violence is suddenly assigned to them? You understand? Like, the question really is this: does art imitate life, or does life imitate art? Look at when Ninja Man in the late 80s, they just come out. Ninja Man Supercat. Look at that time. What was happening there? The 1980s election, whole heap of political friction and war and violence, which then bred this type of artists. Look at hip hop in the late 80s with the CIA infiltrating the ghettos with crack cocaine, the black youth them selling the crack cocaine, which then caused all of the artists in the 90s to sing about drug dealing. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to really assess things properly. The problem is saying does music influence violence is like you ask somebody if mango make them put on weight. Like, just because the mango is a sweet fruit, that don't necessarily mean say it make you put even if it does, that's on a micro level. Like, there's a lot of other stuff that you are eating or you're consuming in your diet which are gonna lead to you being overweight. So you can't just say, oh, the mango make me put on weight. Like to me, it's a cop out and it's a cheap excuse. You understand? It's easier to blame musician and it's easier to point the finger because you're pointing at one individual. For example, the people in the film industry, them not get much blame because New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers have an office full of lawyers who can defend them at any given moment. So nobody not gonna really bring certain things to them. But to point out a one artist or a one man and say, yo, he's the cause of this, it's much easier. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, what I'm basically saying is, what the point I'm trying to bring across is that human beings are naturally violent, and the powers that be don't want us to understand this. If you go through history, when Christopher Columbus come across from Europe, after him sit down for 6 months on a ship and come slaughter much people, what music was he listening to? When he come across on a ship, what was he listening to? Like, going to a prison, go ask the man in a prison cell, hey, how we song put you in here? Like, come on. Human beings have always been naturally violent. The key is to look and identify and accept what you really are and learn how to control it. And that's what gives you balance. The question is, why is it the media want you to be in balance. Time up.
Top five, top five, top five, five, five.